Norway, despite its modest population of just over 5 million, stands out in contrast to bustling city-states like Singapore, with 6 million people, and Hong Kong, home to nearly 7.5 million. However, what it lacks in population, Norway more than compensates for with its vast lands, stretching over approximately 385,000 square kilometers. These numbers making Norway geographically larger than Hong Kong by about 140 times and Singapore by around 464 times. Interestingly, while smaller in population compared to many places, Norway's landmass is similar to Japan's, both featuring extensive mountainous terrains. Yet, Japan houses 22 times more people within its similarly rugged landscapes. This highlights Norway's status as one of the most sparsely populated regions in mainland Europe. Its northern reaches extend into the Arctic Circle, presenting a challenging environment with limited arable land. Only 2.2% is suitable for farming, akin to the arid conditions of Yemen. Norway's agricultural capacity is limited, with just about 7,124 square kilometers of arable land. This is comparable to what you'd find in much smaller El Salvador, yet supporting a similar population size due to the similar amounts of usable farmland. The nature of Norway's landscape, dominated by mountains, has historically hindered the development of large-scale, efficient farming. This is contrasting sharply with the vast, integrated farmlands of the United States, where farms are, on average, 8 times larger than those in Norway. Despite these geographical challenges, assumptions of Norway's inevitable poverty were upended with the discovery of oil in the late 1960s, which augmented its wealth but didn't create it. Norway has always been relatively prosperous, aided by its geography which, while harsh for farming, proved advantageous for maritime activities and trade. The country's long coastline, peppered with fjords, has fostered a strong maritime culture and provided easy access to its rich forest resources, historically making Norway a key player in Europe's lumber market. This maritime prowess also helped Norway establish a significant merchant fleet by the 20th century. The cooperative nature of Norwegian society, where communities work together on shipbuilding and other endeavors, led to a more equitable distribution of wealth and ownership, hereby setting a foundation for the country's modern economic structure, which includes strong cooperative sectors in agriculture, forestry, maritime, and banking. Norway's early industrialization was further propelled by hydroelectric power, tapping into its abundant waterfalls and rivers to become a leader in renewable energy long before the oil boom. This foundation of communal resource management and democratic governance positioned Norway to effectively manage its oil wealth, avoiding the pitfalls of resource dependency that have troubled other oil-rich nations. The discovery of oil transformed Norway's economy, but it was the country's strategic management of these resources, including the establishment of the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund, that secured its long-term prosperity. This fund, the largest of its kind, invests oil revenues to ensure future generations benefit from the finite resource, helping to diversify Norway's economy and protect it from oil price fluctuations. Today, Norway stands as a unique case of a country that has leveraged its natural resources and geographic advantages to build a prosperous, equitable society, all while maintaining a commitment to sustainability and democratic values. Norway's strategic approach to managing its oil and gas wealth has set a global standard for sustainable resource utilization and economic planning. Unlike many resource-rich countries that have succumbed to the resource curse, leading to economic instability and authoritarian governance, Norway has capitalized on its geographic and natural advantages while fostering a robust, democratic society. The discovery of substantial oil and gas reserves in the North Sea in the late 20th century could have overwhelmed Norway's economy, making it overly dependent on fossil fuel exports. However, Norway's government, drawing from its historical experience with communal resource management and its established democratic institutions, enacted policies to ensure that oil wealth would benefit the entire nation rather than a select few. The establishment of the Government Pension Fund Global, commonly known as the Oil Fund, in 1990 was a pivotal move. This sovereign wealth fund was designed to invest the surplus revenues from the petroleum sector in international financial markets, thereby avoiding direct dependence on oil prices and ensuring the long-term financial security of the nation. With strict regulations on fund withdrawals, Norway has ensured that these resources are preserved for future generations, underpinning the country's social welfare system and supporting economic diversification. Norway's handling of its oil and gas resources contrasts sharply with the experiences of many other resource-rich countries. by avoiding excessive spending and instead investing in a sovereign wealth fund. Norway has not only insulated its economy from volatile oil prices, but also created a substantial financial asset that contributes to national wealth and stability. This foresight has allowed Norway to develop a well-rounded economy that, while benefiting from oil and gas, is not wholly dependent on them. Moreover, Norway's commitment to environmental sustainability and climate change mitigation is evident in its investment choices and domestic policies. The country is a leader in promoting electric vehicles, EVs, with generous incentives that have made it the world leader in per capita EV ownership. This not only reduces domestic demand for fossil fuels but also aligns with Norway's broader environmental goals. Norway's approach to its energy sector, particularly its pivot towards renewable energy, further demonstrates its strategic foresight. The country's abundant hydropower resources, complemented by investments in wind and other renewables, have made its energy sector one of the greenest globally. This not only secures Norway's energy independence but also positions it as a key player in the global transition to sustainable energy. Building on Norway's exemplary management of its natural resources and commitment to sustainable development, the nation has also become a global leader in green technology and climate change initiatives. This leadership is not just a testament to Norway's environmental stewardship but also reflects its strategic vision for a sustainable economic future beyond oil and gas. The country invests heavily in research and development of renewable energy technologies, carbon capture and storage, CCS, and several other green innovations, positioning itself at the forefront of the global transition to a low-carbon economy. Furthermore, Norway's proactive approach to environmental challenges extends to its international contributions and diplomacy. As a founding member of the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, and a significant contributor to global environmental funds, Norway uses its wealth and expertise to support global efforts to combat climate change. This international engagement not only enhances Norway's reputation on the world stage but also promotes the adoption of sustainable practices worldwide. At the heart of Norway's success is a deep-seated cultural value, the principle of alle skal med, or everyone should be included. This principle underpins the Norwegian welfare model, ensuring that the wealth generated from natural resources is used to benefit the entire population. It supports a wide range of social services, from healthcare and education to pensions and unemployment benefits, contributing to Norway's consistently high rankings in measures of quality of life, happiness, and social mobility. Norway's governance model, characterized by transparency, low levels of corruption, and high levels of trust between the government and its citizens, has been crucial in managing its resources effectively. The Norwegian model demonstrates how democratic institutions and good governance can harness natural wealth for sustainable development, avoiding the pitfalls of corruption and inequality seen in many other resource-rich countries. Looking to the future, Norway is setting ambitious goals for sustainability and carbon neutrality. The government has outlined plans to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by at least 50% and towards 55% by 2030 compared to 1990 levels. These goals are in line with the Paris Agreement and underscore Norway's commitment to leading by example in the fight against climate change. The transition includes not only reducing reliance on fossil fuels, but also enhancing the role of green industries in the economy, from maritime clean technologies to sustainable aquaculture. In essence, Norway's journey from a modest beginning to becoming a global leader in wealth management, environmental stewardship, and sustainable development offers a blueprint for other nations. It showcases the potential to leverage natural resources responsibly while prioritizing social welfare, environmental protection, and economic diversification. As the world grapples with the dual challenges of climate change and inequality, Norway's model provides hope and lessons on achieving prosperity and sustainability for future generations. In conclusion, Norway's management of its oil and gas wealth, combined with its strategic investments in renewable energy, combined with a strong commitment to democratic governance and social welfare, has created a model of sustainable prosperity. This approach has allowed Norway to navigate the challenges of being a resource-rich country, avoiding common pitfalls and ensuring a stable, prosperous future for its citizens. Norway's experience offers valuable lessons on the importance of long-term planning, environmental stewardship, and equitable resource management for countries worldwide.